Hi, I'm Colleen McEwen, and this is my final project for EST 573. My project has two parts. The first part is organizing and creating folders for my students in my teacher Google Drive account, and eventually having my students use those folders for digital portfolios. Right now, we're just getting used to using the Google Drive and Google Docs. And then the second part of my project is to organize my website so that students' families can access their work from the Drive by using the website. So the first lesson I did with my second graders was to just log into my Google Drive account and click on this grade 2 folder. They each have a folder to work with, and the first assignment we did was very simple. It was using Google Docs. I had them create a new Google Doc, and the first thing I had them do was rename it. So it's much easier now. You just click in the box at the top and you can rename your document. I just had them name it after themselves. And I had them type in the document. I had them type something very simple. My name is, I am, however old they are, and I like whatever they like. So you can tell some students have a little more experience using the keyboard. There are spaces, there are periods and capitals. Some students are still working on those skills. One of the first things I taught them was the undo button, because one click can do a lot of damage sometimes. So the undo button is a great resource for second graders. So this student has a little bit of experience typing. He doesn't have all his spacing or capitals or periods, but he was able to type fairly well. The second assignment I gave students was a Google Drawing assignment. Again, I had them create one and then rename it Practice. And I just had them go in, and the first thing I had them do was create a shape. So they clicked on the Shape tab, and I had them insert a circle. And then I had them use the color fill, and I had them make the circle green. And then after they did that, they had some time to just kind of play around with the shapes and the colors. We didn't get into using the other tools like the lines or the scribble this time. It's a little bit difficult to navigate with scribbling, especially on a laptop with a trackpad or in the computer lab with a mouse. It might be easier with an iPad. So we kept this very simple, and some of the students really enjoyed playing around with the shapes and the colors. The third thing that's in my students' folders is something that I dropped in there. This is a template for a 5 Senses winter poem that they'll be doing soon. I just made one, and then I made 23 copies of it, and I dragged the copies into each folder. So this is the template, and I made it in a table, so it might be easier for students to write because there's a specific spot for each word that they'll enter. Right here I have the number sign for students because they're going to use their numbers and not their names when I connect their student work to the website. So that's what we've done on the Google Drive so far. The second part of my project, as I said, was my website. I chose a cleaner, neater template. There's just less distraction and it's easier to navigate than my previous one. So right on the front page, there are quick links for students to just click on the icon and they can get to a frequently used website. And then I used my grade levels for the tabs because I thought it might be easier for them to just click on the grade that they're in, and then there might be resources for them there. So these are letters and sound videos and the sight word song videos. This was actually a suggestion from Michelle. She advised me that since I already have these playlists, I might want to connect them to my website, and it's easy enough to include them. So there are those videos, and then this is a website called Storyline, and stories, well-known stories, are read to the listener. So students can choose a story, and then I loaded 3 reading response pages from the drive here, so they can click on which one they'd like to choose. There's a note to the reader at the top that says you can either print this page or you can put your answers on a separate piece of paper because this is view only for them. Okay, so then the second grade tab is where you'll see the linked work. I have my remind here, and then for each student has their own number, and I just thought that might be a better way to signify whose work it is. Michelle actually gave me that suggestion also because I was worried about putting names there. And she mentioned that if students have numbers, it might be easier. Not everybody would know each student's number. So my example, because none of the students are linked yet, the winter poem will be the first thing that I link to the website. This is just a sample, number 25. So you click on 25, and it's linked to the sample winter poem, and you can see the number 25 here. And then you'll see that families can access their child's work just by clicking on their number. So that's for second grade. And then EL Elementary events. This was just a picture from a recent event at our school, and I embedded the Google Calendar so that it's up to date. Then I added some parent resources here as well. The websites, there are a few new websites, and then at the bottom you'll see our Bilingual Information Night presentation. So if any parents missed it and they would like some of the information, they can click on there and see it. And that's in the Google Drive as well, so that's a link to the Drive. And then just my contact page, which is very simple and very easy to read. So on each page, I also included the Google Translate because I'm an ENL teacher and parents speak other languages, so this I figured might be helpful for them. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed looking at my project. Thanks for watching.